Hey, good morning, guys. This is myself, Noel, back in the factory. Gonna be QCing the MiG-31s again. So if you are free to just join along and watch me do it, then welcome and let's get started. So what I'm doing now is I'm preparing the weathering wash to touch up any weathering wash that needs to be touched up. Hey, Miguel, welcome to the QC stream. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. And for those of you who already gotten the MiG-31, thanks so much for the support. And Kevin James, welcome so much. So I'm actually preparing the wash, right? So the wash is it's no secret, it's oil paint, right? The secret is applying it. So we gotta make sure the oil paint is well and truly mixed. I've been really busy, right? Really busy. Obviously with ramen toy. The other aspect, which is growing really well, right? It's growing really well. Go check us out at www.ramentoy.com. You will check out that we have lots of products. So it's not exactly myself causing all these delays with the caliber wings due to my incompetence, but rather the incompetence of the factory. But of course, as they always like to say, don't blame others, blame yourself. So yeah, I blame myself for working with these factories which are just incompetent, but not really incompetent. They are competent to a certain sense. They're competent to a sense that they can produce mediocre products like your Hobby Master. Again, no offense to Hobby Master. They do produce mediocre products, and that's what they are, right? I mean, to make top-notch product is a different level of skill, which is not easily found in the factories here. And of course, I think I lost my train of thought. So yeah, it's my it's for those who are saying that oh, just sell off caliber wings to Hobby Master, you know. Okay, if I sell it off to them, then they'll start making mediocre caliber wings, right? Right. So for those people who just speak without thinking, that's what you get. I mean, how would Hobby Master acquire caliber wings and then produce models of the vision of caliber wings? But I digress. Again, this is not a stream about bashing Hobby Master. I'm just explaining that you know if you can see from Ramen Toy, you can see that we're producing products, we're making tooling that doesn't take 2 to 3 years to produce. Again, all these factories that does not want to do the stuff is because they find it's too troublesome. They find that the way I QC is unacceptable. You can't QC one by one. You have got to just allow the defects to flow into the market, because they believe that and they're right. To do business, you cannot do it like me. What I'm doing is not business. What I'm doing is is passion project. It's not business. Business, you don't do it like that. Business, you need to continuously have product out and money in, revenue. So so yeah, it's what can I say? And that's why when people complain about certain defects of models, it's just too bad. Nobody's gonna care. You might for those who want to write in, you might write in, and then they'll just they may I don't know. I'm not sure what their policy is, but they will. You may get a replacement part, or you may get I don't know. You get a refund from the reseller. I have no idea. I have no idea, right? But I hate giving replacements and refunds. So that's why I have to make sure that my product is good enough, so that there's no need for any replacements and refunds, right? That's the idea, right? You make it good and it's good. If you make it bad, then you gotta do all the shit. So all right, so I'm gonna just carry on looking at this. 怎么这么白白的呢？ So I'm just telling him why is it all white over there, you know. Making all these diecast models is not easy. It's definitely not easy. It is not easy. 这里你看这边那个 so you see, I just rejected two because it's the problems that I guess most people may not notice. In fact, there's only 14 people watching the stream. There are hundreds of collectors in the market that have no idea what's going on, right? They have no idea what's going on. 你看这里也是这样，你看一搭黑色的，对吧？要洗一下嘛，洗一下嘛。你洗我看货嘛。See, I've not actually approved one single unit yet. Look at that. And I'm busy, right? I'm busy with yeah, it's not easy. Yes. So I'm busy with a lot of stuff, and I can't be doing the QC every day. So my apologies to all the fans and supporters who are waiting patiently for your MiG-31. It's just there's only so much a man can do every day, and he must rest. I'm not Superman. So I have to rest. I have to do other stuff, and I have to look at the QC, right? So mm, it's not the best production. This MiG-31 it's 你看这些怎么弄？不是不够引，是半边有东西。这个换一下，这个你看那个胶水都。See, I've not approved one single product yet, one model yet, right? No, I've not tried to make any more aircrafts because let's just do what I have on hand first. You know. So the past few years have been very frustrating for Caliber Wings because we thought we found a manufacturer in 2020, right? 2020 we were doing good producing Tomcats, and that factory just dropped us because they just could not deal with the way I QC, and even then it's not the best, right? The factory is not doing the best. 这里你看 see, I've not even approved one single unit yet, and we've been on for like 9 minutes. Oh, of course, I took the first 2 minutes making the mixture. So 7 minutes without one single approval. 这个缝隙太大了。 So I need to approve another 500 units, right? We have only sent out about 300 units. We made a total of 800, and I've only managed to send out about 300, and I got 500 more to go. So if you imagine, I spent, when did we get this out? October, November, December, 3 months, we did 300 units, for example. So 100 units a month. So by that math, I will need another 5 months to finish the MiG-31. So I'll get the MiG-31 out by math sometime in June, because there is a 1 month of Chinese New Year. So we'll get this out in June. Get this out in June. 100 a month. The math don't lie. The math don't lie. So I'm just gonna touch up on the panel lines, because this particular piece is okay, but there is some panel lines that is not addressed. So I think, to be fair to those whom I've actually drawn all the panel lines, I should also put the panel lines on this guy. But of course, there comes a time where I have to just not do it, right? For time consideration. So we're still also working on the F-16s that we showcased in Shizuoka. As far as the B-50 is still tooling. So the tooling started for B-58, I think around I think I showed you guys some of the tooling pictures, right? So it's in tooling, and I think by by after Chinese New Year, I should get the B-58. So let's work towards that, and hopefully we will have our first model that is delivered on time, because we're still not yet uh, we have still not yet announced when the B-58 is going to be available. So we have time to properly calculate exactly when it's going to be available, and then we will show you that we can meet the target, and it will not be a 2 year, 3 year tooling duration, which is ridiculous. And speaking of 2 to 3 years, the S2 trackers tooling is entering its. Has it already entered? Maybe it's already entered its third year. We started in 2020, October 21, 22, 23 years. It has already completed 3 years. It's into its fourth year of tooling, the S2, and it will be out this year for sure, because I've seen the development, and I hope to be bringing a test shot of the S2 to Nuremberg. So let's look forward to that. Probably also share with you guys another video of the S2 test shot, so that we all. If you order now, when you possibly will ship out? Um, like I said, I'm supposed to have everything done by before Nuremberg. So the factory closes on the week when I go to Nuremberg. So I gotta get everything done by before then, but I've already targeted to have everything completed by this Friday, the 20th. So I would reckon you will get it shipped out by the end of January if nothing else pops up. Because what you hear is, I mean, I'm using a assistant to process the shipment, right? It's just myself and Kelly. So Kelly is actually just helping me to. She's borrowed help, right? She's borrowed help. She's uh she's working for another firm, but she is assisting to send out the models. So depending on if she gets the models and and if she can actually process it in time to ship out. Otherwise, if she's also gone for the Chinese New Year, right? If she also takes a leave at the time I ship it over, then it's gonna be after Chinese New Year, so around the 20th of February, you can get to ship it out. So it's either end of January or the 20th of February is when you can get this shipped out if you order it now. So 你看为什么这个是装这个的啊你看 see you need to QC. They've actually can you see that they've actually filled in the can you see that? Hold on. No, no, this. So can you see that they have filled up the wrong part there? It's supposed to be it's supposed to be with the refueling housing. See? So if I didn't check, then somebody's gonna be getting this, and I got to refund and resend another replacement. So what's the point, right? Sorry. So you see, I mean, that's what you get. That's what you get. I mean, and I can't stand all these emails. Oh, it's this, that, wrong. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. I can't stand it. Everything has to be done to a certain standard. Otherwise, why do it all, right? But because no factory can do it, no factory can do it yet. So even I can miss that, right? If I was like, oh, just looking around, I could also miss that. But I would say I can spot stuff about 95% of the time. I think I can have a 95% success rate of spotting issues. People are also asking for the instructions for the MiG-31 because they have no idea what's the how to do it. But I can't make the instructions. I got no I can only do a video to show you how to, you know, place the parts, but I can't do a instructions sheet using artwork and whatever, right? 还是一样的问题啊！你看，我说这些要帮我清理，都没有帮我清理。Hey Ben, you got the Top Gun F-14 and one of the under pylons fell off. No, the under pylons is not glued. You can just use any super glue to glue it. The under pylons are not glued actually. Under pylons, underside, right? The Phoenix pylons, right? Under the belly, right? Those are not glued. Those are not meant to be glued. Even if it's glued, it's just simple glue. You can even use white glue. You know, the arts and crafts for wood, you can use white glue. So it's white when you apply it, and when it dries transparent. So it's a good adhesive. It's also like a paste, so that it's thick, so that when you and you can just pull it out if you want, right? Once if you using white glue, you can also pull it out. 你看这种，你看都没有帮我看，你看这种，对啊，都没有看的。See, so another flaw here is this. Look at all the grime here. It's not right. So it's all just wasting time. I have to do it one by one, right? 你看我说帮我看，没有看啊。Because weathering is not just about just putting, dirtying it. Dirtying it. That's not what it is, right? You don't just dirty it and then it really gets dirty. It's you got to, you know, it's not about just dirtying it. I mean, you need to use some dirty paints to do it, but you don't just dirty it like one big lump. And all these can be solved at the source when the workers are doing it. They can wipe it off, but they just, that's what it is. This is this is what it is, right? It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Because the workers are not invested in the product, they have no idea what it is. They're just spraying stuff, putting things together. That's it. That there is no feeling about why are you dirtying this plane? Why are you applying all these weathering? Because we want to make it look realistic, right? So realistic requires all these kinds of paints, but you need to make sure that you wipe them off, right? The excess ones, you got to wipe it off. It's not about just and then when they do certain things, they missed out on weathering certain things, and it's all white, all clean. So you have one part that is weathered, and you have one part that is clean. We don't want that as well, right? you got to be consistent, right? So that's why I'm filling in the gaps. What I'm doing is to remedy those areas that were missed during the painting phase, right? So yeah, but it's still not. Even though it's meticulously handcrafted, it's still not there. It's still not good enough. So we need to really sort out how we're going to be doing this production. Otherwise, Caliber Wings would be just making one model a year, and it's not even enough to pay the bills, right? Um, no, all models do not have uniform weathering. It's impossible. It's impossible. They have somewhat a basis, right? There was a obviously a master paint sample to follow, but it's obviously not going to be uniform. So like I was saying, at this rate we're going, it's like one model a year, which is unacceptable, right? Even one model a month is a very low production because we're only doing 12 models a year, right? So other companies have 6 to 12 models a month, right? So how do you actually complete compete with you can't. There is no competition. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm just competing with myself. But the fact of the matter is, I know that you guys want the models, and the fact of the matter is that I can't deliver the models. I can't deliver. That's why when you said, ever thought of doing this, ever thought of doing that? No, I can't. I can't do this and do that. I can't, right? Unless I get more help. I can't. I just can't do it. So, you know, so I really don't entertain all these questions about will you be considering this, considering that. Every consideration amounts to at least 20 more models, and it cannot be done. I'm telling you, it cannot be done, right? You can do the math, right? If I take 1 year to do one new tooling, if you guys want another F-15, F-18, uh what the Blackbird, the Su-27, the whatever else, right? 10 models is 10 more years. 10 more years, I'll be 60 years old, right? So I'll be doing this. So it's not practical. I can only make whatever I can make in the time that I have, and that's it. There's not gonna be more, right? There's not. I'm telling you right now, there's not gonna be more, right? Because it takes so much effort to make one by myself, mind you, right? By myself. So for those who thinks that Caliber Wings is some big company, you know, no, it's myself, right? So 这也太松了，有点松。 I guess so. I mean, I'm trying to do it in such a way whereby you can actually get, quality stuff as a mass production, and it can be done. You just need the right kind of people. I mean, like you look at all those statues, right? The statues, they do it by the 1,000 pieces with all the weathering and all the toning and everything. So it can be done. It can be done. Just need to get the right people. I mean, I'm not a master. I'm just doing very simple stuff. Look at that. I'm just applying the panel wash. The panel lining. Anybody can do this, right? It's not rocket science. It's not like oh, you got to have this. You're not painting a human face like those statues, right? You don't need. You're just dripping, you know, panel lining onto panel lights and making sure that they don't overdo it, and you know making sure that they don't overdo it, and whew, you know uh hey Snarky, what are you doing, man? Aren't you supposed to be in school? Okay, great. Between classes and you're looking at YouTube, shouldn't you be resting or preparing more work for the kids? Oh, thanks for joining. Good to see you. Oh man, this is.能不能每一个帮我抹一下？很多灰尘呢。啊，因为到这边是没有，我看不到这边有吹了，这边是直接装了，你看对不对？那这边直接装我就没有啊，你看我刚刚抹了一下，就那么黑嘛。The pylon is just right. You just put it in. I can you guys help him out for those who are watching? Just put the pylons back in. I mean, I can't. Maybe I'll make a video to look at the video that we have on the Tomcatter on how we put the pylons on. Another livery for the MiG-31. Let's get the first MiG-31 out first, right? And then some other plans. I'm actually not a big fan of the option parts to change, landing gear to gear up all these things. It's just a hassle. It's a hassle. A skill model should either be gears up or gears down. That's it. There's no, there's no option. You introduce errors, room for error with the options. Yes, I've already mentioned this time and again. Thanks, heavy metal diecast military cars and figures. That's a mouthful. Yeah, you're right. There's a landing and taking off as well with the differential of the pistons on the landing gear. So that's oh man, that's even more difficult. 这个不接受，这个抛光了，这个也抛光了，抛掉了。No flaps down. We were supposed to do it with the F14. We did a F14 flaps down prototype, but it was never done because the factory don't want to do it. So we never got it done. I showed you guys the flaps down F14, right? Oh, but whatchamacallit, Century Wings had the flaps down. Of course, go check it out. Century Wings had the flaps down F14, and flaps down is not a big deal. There are companies making some flaps down now, so you'll see it soon. 你看这些都说不能这样了，对吧？有一这样过去。So I'm telling the factory that this is what I mentioned. I mentioned this time and again. I mentioned this again and again and again. Do it. They just don't do it. Who will care, right? They don't care, right? After I mentioned it, then they will just okay, and then they will just put it aside. That's it. Just call it a day. I mean, when it's time to knock off work, they just knock off work. They won't do this. That's part of. I mean, that's human nature, right? Right. If I tell you to do this now, you're okay. I mean, if you're on a salary, right? Would you really do it, or would you rather not do it? Because there's so many models. There's 500 models here. If you don't do it, who's gonna know, right? Right? Who's gonna know? I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know. Hobby boss. Yeah, scale models and there's actually there's no scale model that is remotely close to perfect. Maybe the Taimiyas have better resources to. So yeah. Uh, so maybe the Tamiyas will have better resources to make a perfect one. But I mean, I tell you why I say there's no perfect model. Look at the Hasegawa MiG-31 model kit. It's actually from Zevedev. Z. I can't pronounce that name. It's a Russian brand. They actually use the what you call it. Yeah, that the Russian model kit and repackage it as a Hasegawa. Right? It's so ridiculous. That means Hasegawa did not do a actual MiG-31 model tooling. So that's kind of sucks, right? I mean, you are a big company like Hasegawa, and you don't even. It goes to show they're doing business, right? They're doing business. They're not in this for pleasing the fans. They're just doing a business, right? Since they since they don't have a MiG-31 in their catalog, oh, let's just get a MiG-31, right? From somebody else's tooling, which is fine. You know, I mean, there's no foul play in that. You see that all the time, right? You see that nowadays with the co-branding, right? You got Italero. Well, back in the day, Crimea was using Italero kit as repackaged for Crimea. So you just got to know, right? Or me, I never had the AGM, the avant-garde. I had it. It's definitely complicated. It's 48 scale. The makers, they are from Macau, right? Reached out to them to collaborate on the yes, this brand. How do you pronounce that? It is I think the Z is silent, so it's Vizda, Vesda model kit, right? Vesda. Am I right? Let me know if I'm right. It's pronounced as Vesda. No, what I mean. Oh, bars, just bars. Bars, bar Z, bar bar Z. How is it bar Z? Hey Memo, thanks for joining the stream. No, I don't mean that there's no. What I mean is that even the most detailed kits are not 100% perfect, right? It's not. There's still gonna be issues. There's still gonna be issues. Hey, Steve. Yeah, it's good. I mean, for modelers, it's fine, right? But most of the diecast collectors are not modelers. A skilled modeler will not collect diecast, and diecast collectors don't do skill models. So there's a different species demographics. So I'm still just gonna concentrate on getting you know, this work done. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. So not easy. Oh, oh,哦，啊，看了看了，本来就是要看的嘛。Um, on the eyes, it's okay. It's not too bad. I have what is called the lazy eye. So my right side is nearsighted and the left is far-sighted. So in that sense, I'm able to look at all these things without the glasses. I'm sure some of you guys are having to use the glasses to look at anything this close, right? So I'm thankful for not needing the glasses. And in fact, I was on glasses during my national service days in the army because my master eye is the right eye. So when I take aim with the M16, it's blur. I can't see a damn thing. I can't see a damn thing. So I can't go for marksmanship. So I have to put on the glasses to see clearly. Um, and I grew out of glasses and I was using contact lenses for a while. And I grew out of that. It's kind of expensive to get those disposable contact lenses. Expensive, so I sort of dropped out of that. Got back to glasses, and then my friend from Singapore, he came to Hong Kong in I think 20, I don't know, 2014 or 15, 2014 or 15, 20, yeah, I guess it's 2014 or 15. I don't know. 14, 15, 14. Maybe 13. 13. 13. Yeah, should be 13. 2013, he came to Hong Kong, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Where's your glasses? Because he used to wear glasses, right? And he said that he just took them off. He said, I just took the glasses off, and that's it. There's no surgery, nothing. So okay, I took it off, and till today I've not worn glasses. Not that the eyesight has improved. I'm still the same. I can't see shit with the right eye, and I'm driving without glasses. I drive at night without glasses because I can still manage. There's enough clarity, visibility for me to like. I can see this really clearly, right? And I can see far enough clear, right, to drive. So that's the story. Ever since I took off the glasses, I so no, I did not get surgery. And after taking off the glasses, I was just exactly, yeah. It's not perfect, and that is the level of managing expectations, right? But we do our best. We do our best to be at least at least the minimal accuracy, right? At least the minimal accuracy. I mean, you don't have. I mean, there's some problems with my canopy here which I need to revise. But at least I'm not having a oval a curved shape like Hobby Master, right? So I'm seeing something here that I'm not. Huh? 对啊，对啊. See, I'm seeing something here that I don't like, but I gotta probably just I gotta probably do this so that it hides the floor, right? Do this. That's good, Steve. That's good that you have the LASIK. But for me, no. I just took off the glasses, and the rest is history. So if this model did not have any weathering, it's much easier to QC because the colors are standard. Once you have all these effects and weathering, then it introduces more areas of incompleteness, failures, and adjustments and touch-ups. We will get you the best looking weathered diecast model in the market. That's the aim. And once I clear the backlog of the two F-16s, and it still wouldn't be the best. These two F-16s, the one I showed in Shizuoka, the Wrath, the Black Wrath, and the RSAF, it wouldn't be the best, not at all. But from then on, we should be able to get the best looking F-16 in the market. So just bear a little bit more. There's some plans in the pipeline on how to achieve that. Less weathering on the intakes. We don't really weather the intakes, by the way. 这个不接受，完全是花的感觉，就是花的。你看，就是不良品。这个 So I'm looking forward to attending Nuremberg. It's been it's been years since I last attended. I think it was 2017. 2017. So it's what, 7 years? Wow, 7 years since I attended Nuremberg. 7 years. 7 years. Wow. Getting old, man. 7 years. So yeah, let's attend Nuremberg. Let's just check out the scene over there, and let's check out all the new model offerings. get some inspiration, talk to some dealers, distributors. 这个是什么？你看，不接受，把那个头换了。So I did all that weathering adjustment, and I found some blue streaks on the fuselage, and that's gone. The blue came from the printing of the 09. 这个不接受，这个分明是补的。As I was saying, I'll be looking forward to attend Nuremberg. It's gonna be cold, I guess. Cold. It's gonna be tiring. Oh no, not at all. Not at all. I love to travel. I love to attend the conventions and you know look at stuff and get inspiration and talk to people and get some work done. So it's gonna be tiring because all the walking. Oh my goodness! And I'm having a condition. I have a condition now with my feet. Some kind of a medical term that I can't pronounce, where it incidentally I'm watching some. I mean, this AI thing and all this. It captures, it hears you, and introduces to you stuff. So somehow it must have heard me talking about my feet, and then when I'm looking at the Instagram and YouTube, there is this commercial about some kind of wrap that you wrap around your feet that will heal you of this pain. But I didn't think too much about it because I don't know. But the what it mentioned was exactly my condition, right? It says that if you are standing up for more than 3 hours a day, you will feel the kind of pain. So going to the convention is going to be standing up for more than 3 hours a day for sure. It's going to pass that by falls. Normally, we would get to the convention at about 9 a.m. and it will conclude at about 5, I think. So that's how many hours? 9 to 5, literally. And you're going to be walking around. I'm just going to be. I've already prepared myself with some painkillers. Went to the physician the other day to get some prescription for painkillers for the feet, and we'll see how it goes. Right? Hopefully, we don't have to take it, but it's there as a emergency option, as an option. 要跟着我的板，我有板在那里，那个板是怎么压就怎么压，没有半光压，就是一样压。我有板在那里，我那个板我拿回家了。你先喷哑给我看嘛。我那天拿回家去直播了。 But yeah, Nuremberg is gonna be a good, I guess, a good break from all these work that I'm doing. Take a break. In fact, I was at the factory even yesterday on Sunday because I got other projects going on, and I got to attend to those production. 你看这里缺了这个颜色，灰色，这个灰色。So I just spotted a bit of a lack of paint on one of the gray panels. So it's gonna be a hectic year for me, as always, but maybe even more hectic this year than before. Gonna be traveling to Nuremberg in 2 weeks' time, right? And once I get back, I will be, uh, I guess, spending the Chinese New Year here over in China. Gonna be heading up north to Chengdu for Chinese New Year, and that would also be a time for me to just uh, recharge, right? Take the mind off work and just soak in the festive Chinese New Year in China. Hopefully, not put on too much weight from the food. And once we are back from that, I head off to Singapore in the middle of March for my MRI on the feet condition that I just mentioned, right? So we're trying to get that figured out to see if you know give the doctors a better look because the first time when they diagnosed the whole thing, it was through X-ray, and the X-ray could not actually allow the physicians, right, the doctors to clearly see the problem, although they just sort of see what the X-ray showed them. So the MRI would get the better story, hopefully. And I don't know. I mean, it seems like the way to cure it could well be surgery, because, in short, what I'm experiencing is what they call bone spurs, right? So bone spurs, the what you call it, when you damage your ligaments or your tissues and they regrow. And in the case of the feet, there is some calcification, right? Calcification. So that creates the bone spurs. So extra stuff in your feet that is causing you pain once it is inflamed. But the problem with yes, I've actually gotten myself Hokas. So I'll be using a Hokas track shoes instead of any leather shoes for the show. So like I was saying, I'll be doing if there's a need for surgery, then there's a big chance that I'm going to be down for like 3 months. because you 这个不接受。So what happened there was the printing of the numbers on the till, the number 4. They obviously printed it and it wasn't clear or it was missing some parts. And then they actually used the paintbrush to paint back the 4. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah. So, oh, you're a nurse. Okay. So if I'm going to be doing the surgery, it's going to be downtime 3 months because I can't walk. I need time to heal. So that is not an option in that sense. Because the other way is that if I do the surgery in Singapore and I got to fly back, they say get a first class ticket to fly back so that you can stretch out your legs on the first class cabin. That's just ridiculous. I don't have the kind of money, right? First of all, I may not even have the money for the surgery, let alone get a first class ticket to fly me back after the surgery that I didn't have money for in the first place. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to figure out what is the cost of the surgery, and then what's the implication of the downtime. But like I said, if I don't have to walk 3 hours, I'm actually fine, right? The pain is not there. I only confirmed that I had this pain uh, when I was in pretty much when I started traveling earlier this year when COVID first was so called banished, as in the borders open. I went to Bangkok and then Singapore and then obviously went to the US, Japan. But what was really striking was when I was in Shizuoka in May. I did the walking and it was so painful that I realized that it's going to be a problem. That's when I went to see the doctor actually after that. So in the US also, I was standing around at the convention and it was quite painful. But thankfully, there was seats that I can just sit down whenever I want. But there weren't that kind of seats at the Shizuoka Hobby Show, so I had to sort of endure it. But I had a seating position. It's just that when I was getting my way there to the convention, normally I would walk the 3 kilometer route, but I had to take a taxi because it was too painful. So, um, and subsequently, I went to Japan in early November, um, and I went to Universal Studios in Osaka. And while walking in Osaka, I also felt the pain. Right, I felt that this is so painful just walking in Osaka, and then again confirmed when I was in Universal Studios in Osaka, trying to enjoy the theme park. I couldn't actually enjoy it that much because it was so painful after me walking around almost till midday. Right, we went to the I went to the Universal at 8 a.m. and then by midday, I was already feeling so much pain. Yes, yes, definitely. We don't want to go into surgery because who knows, the surgery might, for lack of a better word, fuck things up even more. Right? Who knows? I don't really trust surgery. You know. But of course, there's some hope because obviously you have lots of athletes, like football players who get injured and then they use surgery to of course after surgery there's got to be a lengthy physiotherapy, right? So I just don't want that. There's no time for that, man. So I am like taking some squalene It's shark's oil. I just tried it on my own without any prescription. I mean, it's not a prescription. I just stumbled upon squalene one day, and I saw the health benefits about rejuvenating, right? So I just tried it, and I don't know. It might be my imagination, but it does feel like it is a little bit okay. But like I said, once I was in Japan walking around, the pain got back. So I concluded that the squalene had no effects at all. But at least it's helping me on the non-walking days, because before even walking, I was just like limping on a just doing like normal day routine stuff because there was just discomfort. So after taking the squalene, then the discomfort sort of subside. But again, once you put it to the 3 hours standing, then uh, there's no effect at all on the on from the squalene. Hi from Bulgaria. For Bulgaria, I have my fondest memory of Histro Stoichkov, right? The Bulgarian football player. That's about the most what I know about Bulgaria. So I decided to put on some headphones today and just do a bit of a commentary as I do this very boring QC. The last few times when I did this, I was just concentrating silently, and I'm not sure how it is even remotely worth watching me doing all these things. So I just thought I'd just ramble along today with some narration, right? So before I was not having the ear pods, and then the vocals would not be captured properly by the mic on the phone. So now that I'm on the ear pods with the mic close to my mouth, then hopefully whatever I'm saying is clearer to you, and then also you are not able to hear too much of the background noise of the factory doing stuff. So that's the whole idea, right? And I wanted to come in today to really expedite the QC process, but I guess as long as I'm doing these panel lining, it's not going to get much expedited. It's just physics, and you just can't do it. I'm gonna miss stuff, right? I'm not Superman, right? I am gonna miss some stuff on the QC, and I hate it if I miss stuff. I even miss the the engine cans, the nozzle cans missing on the very first run. The very first run that I QC'd, the very first batch that went out, customers came back to say, "Oh, I'm missing a nozzle." Look at that. I mean, what? Why would I think of looking at the nozzles, right? But indeed, I have to look at the nozzles because apparently, not fixing the nozzles is a thing. So there you go. I'm gonna miss some stuff, right? But hopefully, I miss less stuff. The dagger, as in the family of Delta Dutch Delta dagger. Is that right? Is that the dagger? I don't know. What dagger? 这里也漏了。 Yeah, of course. This is the base canvas for you to go ahead and do your own thing. Absolutely, absolutely. But like I said, not everybody is a modeler. So so not everybody has your ability to like fix stuff on their own. Yeah, but the basic stuff needs to be in place, right? Because you guys, like I said, you guys are paying the money for the product, and the basic stuff must be there, right? We can't use the nobody's perfect to say, oh, it's fine, it's fine. No, not on my watch, because there has to be certain standards. Give我那个油，鸡身油。 Those were ages, right? They gave up, did they? Right? They gave up, right? Because those were, I mean, those were like made for kids, right? It's like it's made for kids. So I spotted a little streak here that I don't like, because it can easily be viewed as the pet print streaking away. So I'm trying to amend it with a little bit of the base color. Much better. Okay. All right. Yeah, they gave up, right? Because 让我要那个洗这个油的水，放这里。 Even Revel was doing diecast at one point, right? Revel. And the Franklin Min. Thank you. See, this is why we do it, because there's appreciation. Um, and I just don't understand the community that. I mean, if you look around, who else makes diecast besides Hobby Master? Everything you see is a Hobby Master production. So how else can you get the products if the whole market is monopolized by only one brand? Whenever I see back in the day, the forums and all these things, oh, there's like, oh, Hobby Master, let's ask William to do this, William to do that. Hobby Master this, Hobby Master that. Every you go to a die-cast shop, you only see Hobby Master. Nothing else. There's nothing else. Witty Wings has closed shop. There's nothing else, right? JC Wings is using Witty Wings tooling. until recently, they had their own Prowler tooling, but before that, they were using Witty Wings tooling. So you're only seeing Witty Wings, Hobby Master, Corgi, but I can't really say Corgi because Corgi is so into their own British uh, stuff, right? So it's such a boring market if it's only Hobby Master, right? The occasional Air Commander, even Century Wings is no longer doing stuff, right? So I don't know, man. I mean, can they? And how bad is the Century Wings Tomcat? Oh my goodness, the shape is wrong. I mean, at least get the shape right, right? At least the basic of basics is to get the damn shape right. Oh, the dragon as well. Yeah, dragon. Yeah, but they again, dragon like Witty just faded out, right? They faded out. They even dragon stuff is not I mean, back in the day it was something, right? But not now. Back in the day it was something. I mean, the whole idea is that the industry must innovate and move with the times. So where is the innovation for diecast? I'm really begging that there'll be another brand that comes up and do better than Caliber Wigs. I can call it a day. I can rest. You know, let somebody else do it and do it good. I just wanna do the things I like. So I thought that the Mig-31 is interesting. You know, it's not been done before. So I thought it'd be interesting to do because it looks nice compared to the Fox bat. Fox bat just looks kind of it's not a nice shape. Actually, what you guys should do is demand that Hobby Master makes better models. I mean, after all, they are the Hobby Master, right? The name says it. They are the master of the hobby. So why don't you guys pressurize those guys to make better models, right? I'm not gonna make them. I'm not gonna make all your let's. Can you please do a this a that? Ever considered this and that and this and that? Ask them to make the better model, right? Demand it. You're the customer. You demand the model, right? Demand the better. Don't don't stop paying them for their mediocre models, right? Tell them to buck up. You are the consumer. The consumer is the king, right? You guys got to stop buying Hobby Master and tell them to buck up before you buy, isn't it? I'm sending a challenge to Hobby Master to better your models. Stop making mediocre models. Do you know how much money the guy is making from making mediocre models at not so mediocre prices, right? Maybe, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe we'll see, right? We'll see. We'll see what the future brings. Variation. Wow, you have 160 F4 Phantoms. Wow, that's nice. That is a true collector. 这个不接受，马上你看，我做了那么多事，这边不接受。哎呦 resin, resin is a different ball game. Even die cast has its limitations. That's why you can only push the boundaries that much. There are certain limitations to die casting. If the part is too intricate, it gets easily damaged. 你看，我都说这种我不喜欢这种，你看，那就是说没有，基本上是没有帮我反攻的。 没有帮我反攻的，那怎么会没看到？怎么我会看到呢？你看就那么简单嘛，你看就不要有那种，因为很不自然，不是这样的，对吧？模型不是这样的，然后这个也是乱搞的，你看这边是乱，我也不懂是怎么弄的，真的是，哎，真的是不懂怎么弄的，很浪费时间这样。今天看了几个了？啊？多少？20几。So as of today, I've QC 24 pieces, right? 20. Do the math. Do the math. 1 hour 30 minutes for 24 pieces, right? So the math is 1 hour 30 minutes. So that's 90 minutes, right? 90 minutes for 24 pieces. Um, so what do we do? 24 divided by, no, it's 90 divided by 24, right? So it's about three, and it's almost 4 minutes. 4 minutes for one model. 4 minutes. So to finish 500 models, I will need 2,000 minutes. So 2,000 minutes is 33 hours straight. 33 hours straight, right? So say 34 hours. I only have, let's say I did this in 90 minutes. So it's, let's say 2 hours. Let's say I started early and do 2 hours. So 2 hours, and I'm gonna continue to after lunch and do it for another. Let's say we start at 2, so 2 to 6, 4 hours. So I have 6 hours a day, 6 hours to do this. I need 34 hours divided by 6. I need about 6 days to finish this non-stop consecutive. But I don't have the 6 days because tomorrow I got stuff to do, right? So they have it, guys. This is that's about the rate of the production. That's the rate of the production. I gotta do this straight, but I can't do it straight. What else does MIG stands for besides Mikoyan? I have no idea. It's new to me. I thought the MIG is Mikoyan. 你们现在包的是什么号码？那些1号的是不是已经包了，还是不包？哦，有1号的是吧？哦哦哦，the full name. Okay. Yeah, of course. It's. I think they actually they themselves short form it to Mikoyan, isn't it? Yeah, of course. The full name is exactly that. Yeah, exactly. You're right. 这个不接受。画不到，不能画。我是不给画的。Okay, there's a meaning to it. That's good. It's always good to have a meaning to it.你看这些键那么白，都是没有上效果的。 没有上效果这个键。Pickle brand? What pickle brand?这个不接受，你看歪了，歪了，你看嘛，这里这个不接受，那个是漏印了。Yeah, model trains are a different ball game. They don't have all these pet printing and they have big, broad colors which can be injection molded in color. So it's a different ball game. In my opinion, of course, it's a different ball game. 这里披风，这个也是歪的，这种补油不接受，不够直，全部都是补的，怎么做货全部要补油了，真的是，这也是歪的，这些全部不要，都是补油的，不要。这个怎么补了一打在这里呢？这个也不要。这个要调一下，这边的缝隙太大，这边下不去。从这里看可以看到那边是一个缝隙的，这个好像歪了，这里不对，是不对。What is engine faces also? What do you mean? What is engine faces? You mean the turbine inside? Of course, it's there. You can go check. You can put a torchlight and see inside. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a day on this live stream. Obviously, it's close to noon, and I got to take a break. Obviously, so I'll see you guys. All right, we'll carry on the. Well, I will carry on the QC after the lunch, but I'll see you guys next time. All right, it's been 2 hours streaming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, take care. Bye bye.